Audio was released this week of an interview that Donald Trump gave to Axios and ABC News correspondent Jonathan Karl all the way back in March. And during this clip, Donald Trump was asked specifically by Jonathan Karl if he was ever worried about Mike Pence's safety during the Capitol riot. So let me read this exchange to you. So the question is verbatim here. Were you worried about him during that siege? Were you worried about his safety? Trump responds, no, I thought he was well protected, and I had heard that he was in good shape. No, because I had heard he was in very good shape. But no, I think, then Jonathan Karl interjects and says, they were chanting, hang Mike Pence, because you heard those chants. That was terrible. I mean, and then Trump jumps in. He says, he could have, well, the people were very angry. Karl once again says, they were chanting, hang Mike Pence. So Trump responds, because it's common sense, John. It's common sense that you're supposed to protect. How can you, if you know a vote is fraudulent, right? How can you pass on a fraudulent vote to Congress? So these individuals that were chanting, hang Mike Pence, so to put it another way, they were advocating for the murder of the sitting vice president of the United States. And Trump comes out and says, well, you know, they were mad. Of course they're going to want to kill him because he didn't overturn the presidential election, something that Mike Pence didn't actually even have the legal authority to do. Now, I have not yet seen a response from Mike Pence about this, but I would love it. I would love to know how Mike Pence, who recently said, no, the relationship between me and Donald Trump is totally great. We're totally fine. No problems there. Now you know that the guy was defending the people who wanted to kill you. And this goes back to what I have always said. And I know I've said it multiple times just in the past week here. And that is that if you go against Donald Trump at all, ever, you're useless to him. And he does not care what happens to you after that point. It has to be 100% loyalty or it doesn't matter. He will literally defend people calling for your public execution if you go against him, even if you're the vice president of the United States. And that's not so much a message for Mike Pence. That is a message for literally anyone, whether you're a lawmaker or whether you're just some idiot out in the street that supports Donald Trump. He will throw you under the bus at the first opportunity he gets. He will let people march around calling for your death if he disagrees with you. Is that really the kind of man you want to lump yourself in with? Is that really the kind of chance you want to take? Because I can promise you eventually there's going to be something where you're like, you know what? I don't agree with him on that. You know what? I'm not okay with this. And then watch how fast he turns on you. These relationships between Donald Trump and literally everyone in his life are totally one-sided. You have to give everything to him and he will give nothing to you in return. That's what this relationship is. Now, is that worth it? Clearly, a rational thinking human being would say, no, that is absolutely not worth it. That's stupid. Why would you even ask me that question? But when you're in a cult, and that's what it is, this is what you get. This is what happens. And Mike Pence is learning that the hard way. Now, I may dislike Mike Pence. I may disagree with everything the man has ever done in his professional career. But I absolutely would never, ever, ever defend anyone on the left or the right calling for his execution. I guess that's just who I am as a human being. Because I am a human being. And Donald Trump is not. Donald Trump is a narcissistic, egomaniacal monster. And it's about time for the rest of the Republican Party to wake up and understand that.